Hello friends, welcome and namaste. We're going to go into the upper back, and I'm going to bring up a muscle name. I know it's not an anatomy class, but I think it helps to know what we're working with, the rhomboids. And I want you to think of them being kind of mid-shoulder blade, height-wise in your body, right? And then they're between the shoulder blades and the spine. And their main job is to pull the shoulder blades in closer to the spine. So when they shorten, my chest opens, right? So when people talk about chest openers, I often talk about them being upper back bends. Where is that stemming from to open the chest, right? So we're just going to look at a little bit of that today in that area and just see if we can't ask those muscles to shorten, to strengthen a little bit. And in the process, our chest should hopefully feel a little more open by the time we are complete. So find yourself in your upright posture. Buttocks, bones reaching down. And as you reach down through whatever you have in contact, you don't have to start kneeling, you can be cross-legged, but whatever you have on the earth, gently root it down. Both visually, pardon me, but also just a little bit of energetic movement down. And take just a moment and feel that area, that space between the shoulder blades and the spine. In most of our bodies, especially with society and how we are sitting so much these days, right? So much of what we do, texting on screens, on phones, we're in that rounded forward position. So just lightly, don't go overboard with this. I want you to just see if you can find those muscles that pull the shoulder blade in a little closer to the spine. And we'll find other techniques and ways to do it if you're like, yeah, no idea how to find that. Don't worry about it. Now you know that's an area that I'm just gonna say is slightly elusive to you. That's not a bad thing, right? If you've never tried to find those muscles specifically, why would you suddenly be able to find them? There are 1,000 ways I could coach that, right? But today I'm saying, can you literally feel and find muscles about mid-shoulder blade area over to the spine that pull your shoulder blades a little closer together, aka retraction. And then, don't pull them in too hard, too far. Everything's gentle, you're just sitting upright. And then we're going to get into the movement. So go ahead and open the eyes. You're going to bring your arms down by the side. We're going to stretch just a little bit first. Bring your right fingertips down to the ground. Let that right ear move into the shoulder. And even push a little bit into that right hand and see if you can't get your ribs to move a little to the left. And then let's sweep that left arm up overhead today. Now we're going to do what I call a rib roll. You're going to roll your ribs down, look down. You can even reach that left arm over, down, whatever works for you. There's no specificity on that. And then roll it open and maybe come into saguaro cactus and look back towards that left elbow. And then rolling down with your ribs, let the rest of the body do whatever it would like to, and rolling what I'm going to call open. And do that one more time. When you're rolling into this position, feel how you're probably stretching that upper back area, right? And when you roll open, hopefully we're starting to feel the opening of the front of the chest and the shoulder. Come on up. Bring the left fingertips down. And I could bring that arm right over. We're just working it slightly different today. I'm going to push down. I'm going to see if I can't get my ribs to move a little bit to the right. Let my left ear move towards my ear. And then I'm going to sweep that right arm up and over. Hand at stand hip, of course. And then I'm going to roll the ribs, turning and looking down potentially. Arm might move with that. And rolling open maybe to saguaro cactus if my shoulder says that's okay. And we're going to do that 3 times. Where do you feel it when you roll forward? How does that shift the experience? And of course, how does it shift the experience when you're in that saguaro cactus pose? Do that one more time. Hello, beautiful body. How are you today? Making contact. Come on up. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to come off of our boost. And we're going to come down onto our backs. When you get down there, let's do a windshield wiper just because I love windshield wipers and what that does for the spine and specifically the discs between the vertebrae, right? So just go ahead and windshield wiper your knees back and forth a couple of times. And yes, this affects the lower body. That's usually where we feel the most sensation. But I want you to notice the next time your knees go over to the right, let's leave them over there, right? Notice how it is pulling up and through probably that left mid upper back, we'll call it, right? You might even reach that left arm overhead, or maybe it goes to saguaro cactus. You can just kind of play and see if there's a spot where you feel either maybe a stretch through the front of the shoulder or the chest, or maybe you're feeling a little more length through the muscles that run along the left side of the spine, whatever that might be, right? And go ahead and come back to center, let the knees move over to the left and let them just land today. Again, notice that upper mid back area. You might stay right here. This might be your jam, head turned or straight. You might reach the arm over, saguaro cactus again, play with it and just find out where is it that I'm like, yeah, I feel like my body, oh, I am so sorry. I could use a little TLC here, right? Feeling beneficial was the word I always come back to. Bring those knees back up, walk your feet back in. Now you're gonna bring your arms next to you, but I want you to have your elbows bent. So I call this robot arms, right? And we're gonna do bridge with robot arms. So when you're ready, you're gonna push into your feet and you're gonna start to lift your hips up, right? Once you get them lifted to whatever that height is, don't go too crazy. I want you to pull your heels towards your shoulder blades, something like that, just light and gentle till your hamstrings turn on. Now, maybe the shoulders can rock under you a little bit, but keep robot arms for now. I'll give you the interlace next time, I promise. But there's something to learn here, right? If I push down through my elbows and my upper arms and my shoulders, I start to lift that thoracic spine towards the ceiling, or, more accurately, my chest is almost moving more towards my face, right? But I'm pushing down and I'm getting that extension in the spinal column, or at least everything beneath my neck. Go ahead and roll down. Pause. Arms can just come to a comfortable position. Notice the body. For a lot of people, this can be very exhilarating, energetic work, working with chest opening, right? So we're gonna bring our arms back into not gold balls, robot arms. Go ahead and push into the feet, come on up, rock your shoulders under, pull your heels lightly towards your shoulders, and push down, 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 right? Now, go ahead and see if you can either grab the edges of your mat or interlace. They're both on the table. They're both wonderful. I can usually rock my shoulders a little further under. That's not a necessary thing, but go ahead and take it if it's available. And then push down through your pinkies, through your wrists, through your forearms, through your elbows, through your upper arms, through your shoulders, right? And as I push down into that, the entirety of my pinky fingers to my shoulders, I'm getting that beautiful opening in my chest. Still tractioning heels to the shoulders. And now add one more piece. Push out into an imaginary strap around your wrist, interlacers. Mat grabbers, pull your mat apart like a piece of paper. And you are now asking a few different things happen, but the rhomboids to shorten. Go ahead and roll down. So I always find that pushing out, I do that pretty much every time I take bridge, right? Because it helps to strengthen those and shorten those muscles that help the upper back move in and the chest move open. Okay, so now go ahead and bring those knees in for a moment. Let's just take flexion, just cause, a little counterbalance, maybe circle the knees, and or just rock from side to side, whatever feels good. Go ahead and go the other way. Now you're gonna roll onto your belly. If you need to change your position so you can see the screen better, that kind of thing, please feel free. Have blocks. I forgot to tell you that ahead of time. You're gonna have your blocks just kind of on the side of your mat. We'll get to that in a little bit, right? So from your belly, should put my hair back here before I started, I apologize. So from here, you're gonna come into low cobra, right? So your hands are next to your ribs. You're gonna inhale and lift up, feet push down, thighs lift up, tailbone down, belly lifts up, all the things I always kind of harp about, right? And then lift your hands And see if you can shorten that area between your shoulder blades and your spine that I'm talking about, right? We'll get into that in a second. Bring your hands down and come on down. And come up again. Inhale into low cobra. So we're quite low with this low cobra. Right? And then you're gonna take the blocks, put them in your hands. I think the medium setting is usually pretty good because you can manipulate the blocks and carry them and move them. Tee your arms out, but don't pull your shoulders out of the sockets. And you want the blocks underneath the palm of the hand as much as you can get it, right? Now release the finger grasp. Push down into the blocks, right? And again, try to find that upper back working for you here, right? And I'm lengthening the neck. That was for 2 weeks we did where's your head in space. So think about where your head is in space. Don't let the chin lead you forward. Let the crown of the head lengthen here. Push down into the blocks and try to fire up your upper back. You're gonna come into crocodile. You can stack hands or stack forearms. Bring the forehead down and pause. And breathe, please. Walk your hands out to the blocks, starting from the lower position this time instead of low cobra. Feet down, thighs lift, tailbone down, belly lifts. Push the hands down, let that lift the upper body into that low cobra upper body shape, right? Now from there, pushing down into the block, I want you to also start to pick your hands up off of the block if that's available. Don't if it's not. And then bring your arms into saguaro cactus arms, right? And let the elbows gently lift, right? The forearms, the hands, everything lifts gently up. Shorten those muscles between the shoulder blades. Maybe your feet lift an inch. If this goes into the low back, don't do that. Bend the knees a little bit. Now, I don't want your heels to actually come any closer to your buttocks. I want you to imagine the Incredible Hulk is there and won't let you bring them closer. But I want you to pull your legs, your heels energetically towards your buttocks, like you're trying to get them there, but there's something preventing that from happening. In this imagery, it's the Incredible Hulk. Don't ask. And then come on down. Oh. Release into crocodile. So it's another way that I think about this pose is a lot like if we see someone who's skydiving, right, and they're in that free fall part before they release their suit out or their parachute, right? It's a little bit like that shape. Pardon me, I'm so sorry. Bring your hands next to your ribs. Inhale up, low cobra. This time from this position, right? Bring your arms up. Imagine that you have that lift and that shortening between the shoulder blades. Try to find that. Maybe the feet lift a little bit, bend the knees just a little, flex the feet. And again, my heels actually never come closer. This is an energetic movement. I traction, I pull my heels towards my buttocks without actually moving them. And that's gonna get my hamstrings, hopefully my glutes. I'm in my paraspinals, my erector spinae, right? I've got my whole, well, I don't know about whole, but most of my back chain of my body turned on right now to support me. And come on down. Crocodile. Let those feet and knees go a little bit wider. Let the body soften down. Let's go ahead and bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet together. Pinky edge. Big toe side, sorry. Let the right arch right down the left calf towards the left knee and then back up. And if you had to raise your head to look at me, once you figure out what's going on, just lower it back down again and try to get out of the neck and the upper back. Breathing. And then go ahead and roll over. Actually, let's go back to child's pose. So use your belly muscles, your pelvic floor, right? Go ahead and come on back to child's pose. Letting that body soften down. Of course, if you need something other than child's pose to be able to soften, you can always do a forward fold with the feet spread wide and just draping yourself over your thighs, knees bent. Okay, let's walk the hands back to the knees and go ahead and come back to that original pose that you were in, or something like it. And maybe not, right? But as you sit up nice and tall, the eyes are closed and you're taking in that internal experience. Notice if your tendency is to round forward and kind of close in on the chest, right? If the answer to that is yes, and that's the majority of us will go there unless we're asking not to, right? See if I could talk about shoulder heads moving back, head moving back, all kinds of ways to talk about it. Today I'm talking about, can you shorten that space using your rhomboids between the shoulder blades and the spine? And if that shortens a bit, what does that do to the rest of the body? What's the felt experience, the postural, the posture that you're holding when you shorten that space? Just playing. And then check in anything else you wanna. Hopefully we have more equanimity. The chest is a little more open. That upper back is a little shorter. That's not everybody. That's just a lot of us, the way we live in today's world, right? Bring your hands together in front of your chest. Inhale. And exhale, bow your head in. Just take in a moment of gratitude. And namaste, friends. And again, just that idea of equanimity. We sit like this and we live like this a lot. And yeah, we want to stretch the front of the chest. We sure do. But what holds it there, right? It's that shortening of the upper back, that strengthening of the upper back. So we don't want to go too far into either of those. We want it to be a balanced situation. Be well, friends. May you be well.